I'm live. Hey everybody. Hey 9 to 5 Avengers. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. So tonight's version of Suck It Up Sundays is gonna pretty much just be about the 90-day push that we're getting ready to do. This is something that we've been talking about for the whole month of September. Something that, if you're doing it, September should have been your planning month. The Eric Worre video, if you guys had a chance to look at his videos, talked about planning for your 90-day push so that you know exactly what you're going to do and what your goals are going to be that you want to try to strive to achieve. So if you are doing a 90-day push, please comment in chat. That way we'll know, who's going balls to the wall or who's going for it, who's not. Um, During the 90 days, this is my goal. I'm going to focus on talking to as many people as possible and closing volume. That whole 90 days, October, November, December, is going to be focused on new connections, getting volume, closing customers, hopefully closing distributors. I'm going hard. I already told my husband I'm going to have some some late nights, early mornings, because I have to make myself uncomfortable over these next 3 months and do some things that I haven't been willing to do some things that I haven't felt like doing, pick up the phone and talk to more people, just things like that. So just think about some of the things that you think you can do or add on to your normal day that will help you grow your business. Um, Another thing, over these next 90 days, I'm going to try to make it easy for myself. So if you are going to do the push, try to automate as many things as possible. Utilize the resources that we've discussed in terms of like scheduling your text messages, scheduling your Instagram posts, scheduling your tweets if you have Twitter or Facebook. I know I use Pages Manager for my Facebook page, and you can schedule out your posts for that, just to make things easier. Because when I'm trying to talk to people or follow up with people, I don't want to have to worry about remembering to post something. So if I have these apps available to me to do it for me, then I'm going to utilize them. So, I mean, those are things you can set up for the end of the year so that you can just have that one less thing that you have to do. Um, During the push, I know I am going to be less available. Most leaders are going to be less available during that 90 days because we're going to be using that time to focus on growing the business so that we can, move forward with where we're trying to be with the business. So that's why we've been really pushing for you guys to use the resources that we've put out there and get familiar with all of your tools that you have, because you're really going to need to plug into those things for October, November, and December. It's about to get real. We tried to do a 90-day push before, but this time it's time to really go hard. So, yeah, that is what I had. I know this was really short, and Javi, if you wanted to weigh in on anything, feel free. Or Leela or any other leader that's on right now.
Um, yeah, I would just say definitely for the 90-day push. I don't know what everybody else is doing, but my end result for the 90-day push is that I want to do, get 1,000 people in the room with me, so that I can share the business with. Um, Pick a goal for your end of the 90 days. Um, the in the past 30 days or beginning of September, I joined Chalene Johnson's 30-day challenge to kind of get myself back in order, get my goals back on track, and stick to my schedule. So for me, I get up, I make sure I put my goals down every day. There were certain things that I wanted to finish this month, and I'm just trying to get myself in order so that as October comes, I'm ready. October, November, and December, I don't really want to have to think about it. I want to be able to just work my business and do it as easily as I can. So I am filling all of my queues with as many posts as I can. I did fill Latergram. I'm going to fill my Facebook fan pages with my posts. I already did October, so I'm going to do November, December. Of course, I told y'all. And then I'm going to go in and fill my Hootsuite with some posts and run as many things as I possibly can and just try to figure out some new ways to market my business. But yeah, it's definitely time to just get down to it and get it ready to go. This weekend I spent some time with my family because next 3 months I'm going hard, but like Tosh said, that's pretty much it now. I don't know if y'all got any tips, tricks, ideas. I know Leela, you're doing pretty good, closing a bunch of customers lately. I know you grew your Instagram. I mean, y'all got any tips for anybody? Because like at this point, um, like Tasha said, I mean,
Shadow, come
it's
here.
it's gonna be what it is, and I also want to make sure that I say something tonight too. For anybody that's new or semi-new, if you were enrolled by me or any other leader, um, we can't be there for you every second of the day. Um, it's not realistic. You can't expect it, and I don't want anyone to mistake the fact that I can't be there for you every second for me being rude. That's not it. I have a lot going on in my life. I have a lot on my plate and a lot to juggle. Same goes for Tasha. She's doing the 9 to 5. She's managing her job. You know, she got stuff going on. Like, we just can't be there at every second to answer everybody's question. We just can't. Realistically, we can't. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be rude. But that's why we do things that we do. That's why I do office hours on Tuesdays. When you guys don't call me on Tuesday, that's fine. But don't expect me to drop everything that I'm doing on a Sunday when I'm spending time with my family, or after 10 o'clock at night when you're calling me and I can't talk to you because I'm either working my own business or dealing with my own family. So please don't think that I'm trying to be rude in it. I'm not. As of today, I've already done a lot more for this team than a lot of people did for me. So it just has to be, you just got to get on it and understand that we can't drop everything to answer questions. We can't give y'all everything that you're looking for. Google and YouTube. That's all I'm going to continue to say. Google and YouTube. The training pages, I have pulled together a lot of stuff for y'all. I'm going to finish the 30-day challenge page so you can go back and reference that. There's a bunch of videos. I recommend when I do put out the 30-day email list, I recommend if you're having trouble, if you want to start from the beginning, subscribe to the 30-day email list. I'm going to do it myself because some of the videos that I added, I actually haven't watched all the way through. I just picked out a few good ones and added them based on what other leaders are saying. But I'm not going to be there to answer everybody's questions. I'm not going to be there to hold your hand. I'm not going to be there to do everything for you. And it's not that I don't want you to succeed at the business, because I do, because that's why I give you all the tools that I do give you. But you got to take ownership for your own business. So that's really all I got to say. I don't know if y'all got anything else to say.
No, just to piggyback off of that, I can't remember which leader. It might have been Eric Worre, or I can't remember. It might have been Ronnie. It was just stating when you have distributors, and this is for everybody right now. I'm sorry, I'm going back in the house. I just had my dog out. I had to take him out to poop. But when you get new distributors, hold on. Shadow, stop pulling me. See, this is real life as a distributor. So, hold on 1 second. Yeah, when you have new distributors, the goal is, to coach them, give them the tools, let them know what needs to be done for the business. But the ultimate goal is to make them as independent of you as possible, because you could quit at any moment. Something could happen to you. Anything. They need to know how to run their business without you. So the goal is
not only that, it's got to be duplicatable. Like what we do. Yeah. We complete the steps to success. We can't complete it for everyone. I can't complete the steps to success for y'all. I tell y'all to complete the steps because I work to complete the steps, but I can't do it for everybody else. So it's got to be what you put in is what you get out. I mean, if you wanted to pay you like a business, you really got to work it like a business and not like a hobby, not like it's something that you just want to do on the weekdays when you're bored. You got to do it all the time. Even though I wasn't hardcore online this weekend, I was out. I was blitzing. Between me and my parents, like I just talked to them today, it was over 100 and something cards that we handed out this weekend. If you're just calling in, if you're on here, can you please mute your mic so it doesn't keep bouncing back and forth for the recording? Thank you. But yeah, it all boils down to what you gotta figure out a plan, and you work in silence and let success make noise. And I'm going to say that again. Work in silence and let your success make noise. Chat's going to change. The overall mood of chat is going to change once the 90-day push starts. Yes, it's nice to have jokes here and there. It's nice to, be entertaining and everything. But one, I don't understand why anyone's in chat and not chatting. I really don't. I don't understand why you're in there if you're not chatting, if you're not interacting, if you're not going to use what's there for you to use. The reasons that people are in chat saying, oh, I got a customer, oh, I got a lead, I got this, I went and did that, is so that we can support each other and give each other tips and tricks and ideas based on what worked for us. Now, if you're sitting in chat and you don't say anything, and then you're like, oh, I'm not signing anybody. Okay, well, part of the reason you could be using chat, you could be using it to say, well, what have you guys done for it to work for you? And it's not a competition, so I don't want you to just, because everybody's like, oh, I'm getting leads, I don't want you to just jump in there and say, oh, yeah, I'm getting leads too, and you're really not. It's there to help you. It's not there to be a competition. It's there to inspire you to do the same things that we're doing. Like, I literally just got back and off the road. I mean, I've been busy all weekend. I'm tired, and I still did my follow-up calls. I got 2 appointments tomorrow to sign up 2 new girls. And I got to send out some information because I have 2 potential distributors that are supposed to start on Friday. And I did all that today. I'm in the car on the road making phone calls, turning the music down in silence because it's just a sacrifice. But there are a lot of things that aren't out in the open. We don't just outright say it. But if your success is making a noise, if you're completing the steps of success, and you don't have to worry about what everybody knows what you're doing. And I'm not saying that for anyone to feel like you can't say anything in chat, but be mindful of what it is that you're saying. Like, some people, and I'm not pointing anyone out, and this doesn't even go for my particular team. This is just across the board with all distributors. I see it all the time. They're all, oh yeah, I'm loving my business, but they don't even call people on follow-up, so they're not even signing anybody up. Yeah, you're posting, but you're not even signing anybody up because you're not calling, you're not doing follow-ups. You're not closing them. Did you do a hundreds list? Oh, yeah, I did a hundreds list, but you didn't call anybody on it. I'm sorry. What was the point of making the hundreds list?
To piggyback on what you just said.
30-day challenge, one of the 30-day things says, I think about a 4th or 5th day, it says if you made your hundreds list, you should have 4 customers within the next 72 hours. If you did it and you followed up with everybody, there's no way you can't have the customers that you need. And I would say that kind of rings true because even if, I mean, you're not going to get, you got to get at least 5, 6 people on that list to say yes. Granted, they may not have the money right then and there, but if they've said yes, that's a win. If you set up an appointment, if you set up a party, that's a win. Don't think of it as a fail just because that person didn't rush and sign up right away. How long did it take you before you signed up? Most of it took you months.
To piggyback on what you
just 3 years.
I know, right? To piggyback on what you just said as a prime example, due to default earlier this week, I had to change my number because of a crazy person. And with that being said, I had to go into my phone and individually message, not even group message, individually message over 300 people. 300 people. It took me 5 hours between everything I was doing outside of my household work, taking care of my son with his homework. It took me 5 hours to message over 300 people. Out of that 300 people that I messaged within the 2 days, 2 people, one person bought immediately. She's like, oh, thank you for giving me your new number. I want to order. She ordered right then and there. I had another guy that ordered the next day. And then I had another lady order the next day. Now, all 3 of those people have been on one of my contact lists at least since when I first started. So, now mind you, I've also been following up with them with the 222 rule. Now, if I wouldn't have followed up with any of those people and I never would have called them back ever again, I wouldn't have closed them. So that's a prime example of following up. Now, I know me, I'm a blue. I have an issue with follow ups and keeping my schedule and stuff like that. So I know what I have to do that. And with that being said, if you are going to do it, do it. Like, if you're going to be a part of the 90-day push, be a part of the 90-day push. This isn't something that we just threw out here today. We've been talking about this all month long.
Today, and it's not something we're going to force nobody to do because it's not
for us. We don't force you to do it. You don't have to do any of it. But at this point, it's the last week of September. Babe, this is the last full week of September. So if you just decided today that you want to start your 90-day push, you need to think about what all of that entails. You need to let your kids know, like, look, we making dinner on Sunday for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Heat that shit up because mom's going to be busy. You tell your husband, whoever, look, we're going to have to put off some laundry or you're going to have to help me because this is what I'm doing. Like, I've been sitting here at this computer all day, actually for the past 2-3 days, making different pages, making different campaigns. Every day I have a power hour, sometimes 2. And I purposely make a post for the purpose of messaging everybody that likes that particular post. I do that at least once, sometimes twice a day. And that has been getting me more leads. That has been getting me more closings. You just have to watch. They give us the blueprint. You do it. That's all you have to do. They give it to us on a silver platter. You're either going to do it or you're not going to do it. And if you're not going to do it, that's fine. But don't be mad when someone else is doing it and they're getting the results that you want. That's all I'm going to say. Because I get a lot of questions. I get a lot of inquiries. Not people from our team, but even people from other teams. Just in the Rap Dynasty group or whatever. I had a girl come on my page like, oh, I see you're a distributor. Can you give me some tips? The first thing I asked her was, who's your sponsor? Because I never even seen you. You're not in none of my groups. Like, how did you even find me? You know what I mean? And the first thing I told her was stay consistent and follow your trainings and call your sponsor. Because I don't know what your sponsor told you. You know what I mean? And we just have to stay consistent and we have to be either all the way in or all the way out. This isn't a business where you can straddle the fence because you're not going to get anywhere straddling the fence. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You're either all in, meaning you're going to go part-time and you're going to do what it takes to be part-time and do your 90-day push, meaning, like Javi says, balls to the wall. You got to do it. Nobody's going to do it for you. Nobody's making you do it. Nobody cares if you do it or not. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to keep signing people. I'm going to keep signing customers. Nobody put a gun to your head and made you do anything.
So, and I mean, and quiet as it's kept, I've heard of a couple distributors making comments to their upline like, oh, you need me for a promotion, so that's why you checking on me. Like, look, and I don't mean this to be mean, but chances are, unless they like unless they going for double above, they really don't need you. And I'm gonna say that again, unless you're going for double or above, they really don't need you. You can do diamond by yourself. You really can. It's very possible. I went Emerald, and most of the people that are on here right now joined my team after I went Emerald. Which means that I went Emerald without any of y'all on here working. So you can't blame your downline. You can't blame your upline. You got to look at yourself. If your business is struggling, if you're not making the income that you want, it's your fault. Flat out. Flat out. You're not talking to enough people. And if you're not talking to enough people, that's why you're not closing. If you say, oh, I talked to 50 people and I'm not closing them. Okay, well, what would you do after that 50 people? Would you give up? Or did you talk to 50 more people? Did you talk to another 50 after that? Keep talking to people. The more you talk to people, the better you get at talking about your business. Become passionate about it. And I was telling somebody earlier today, it's easy to listen to anyone talk about anything if they're passionate about it. You can meet somebody that's selling you kitchen knives, and if they're passionate about what they're doing, you're going to listen.
And
They're educated and passionate about what they do, you're going to listen. You have an audience. You're listening, you're paying attention because they're excited, they're passionate, they're knowledgeable. They got you in.
And have a keen ear, too, because I was in Target today, and Javi, I ran into, remember Miss Bailey from Peabody?
Yeah.
I seen Miss Bailey, and the first thing she said was, "Oh, excuse me, I was trying to hide my fat." She was like trying to hide her fat on her stomach with her purse in the cart. So I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, guess what? I'm a distributor. Here's one of my carts." So now she might be at the party. So tell everybody about your business.
Right? You better. I've been over here. And another thing, check your circle. Like, check your circle. You are going to be like the 5 people you are around the most. That is the honest to God truth.
Yep.
If you got one bad seed in your circle, the whole circle is in shambles. Period. If you got one negative Nancy, if you got one non-supporter that's just in your ear, whether it's friend, family, husband, mom, dad, whoever, get them out of there. Get them out of there. They're not going to.
If you don't cut them off, you'll never go anywhere.
Exactly. You have to cut these bad seeds out. If you're focused and you're passionate about what you're doing, like Corey and Tracy told me, this business will cause you to lose friends. It'll cause you to lose people that don't want to come with you because they think it's this, because they think it's that, because they think it's a scam, because they think it's whatever. Check your circle. Be around people that are positive and that are doing what you're doing. I've been sitting here in this apartment. People come in and out of here all day. My son's dad is a promoter. People come in and out of here all day. They're sitting here doing contracts for this person. They're trying to bring a concert for that person. They're trying to do a concert for that person. And you know what I do? When they come, everybody, they in the living room with their laptops, I'm right in there with them with my laptop. They like, oh, I ain't doing what y'all doing, but this is a good energy right here. I'm going to sit right here and do my work. And they're like, oh, what you doing? So now I'm talking to somebody that's an internet expert and a computer expert that knows how to get people to come to your website. I'm talking to another girl who's all this stuff with radio stations and all this other stuff. Surround yourself with people who are getting it. I sat there with them for 2 hours and learned so much stuff.
Not networking.
Yes, not necessarily about just
networking.
Yeah, and don't you know, when they all left out of here, they all left with one of my Blitz cards.
The thing about it is, there's someone that's a professional at everything.
Mm-hmm.
You might not know about baking cakes, but there's somebody that's a professional at it. You might not know about the environment, but there's someone that's a professional at it. Part of building your team, your business, it can be so much more than it works. Yes. I have other plans for what I'm doing above just it works. I want to branch off and do other businesses because millionaires have like 7 streams of income. So you got to start thinking about what you want to do with your life. And that means that you put people on your team that possess skills that you need.
Yes.
I got a guy that is one of my, this dude that's a friend of ours. He's a really good friend of ours. I'm actually going to send you guys his website. He just created it the other night. He spent 2 days making this website. He created a web hosting. Huh?
Did you just post that on Facebook the other day?
Yeah, I did. He created a web hosting.
I looked at that.
And he's a very good friend of mine. I see him like all the time. I go over and drink with him on Fridays. He's very talented. He's extremely smart. And I want him on the team, but I got to figure out how it would be because he's not really into it works. But I want him as a part of the Avengers, and he wants to be a part of it. But he's going to probably be in on it in another way because he brings something to the table.
Yes.
And what I'm saying about you guys is as part of my team, goodness gracious, this mom, something must be wrong or something. Can you answer that? Y'all get access to all of that. So when we do that, he's going to figure out SEO. He's doing web hosting, which means if he's doing web hosting, I'm actually thinking about moving one of my Weebly sites from Weebly to his hosting to see if I can get more interactions on it.
That's awesome. I actually, with me sitting there with them, they were like, my friend's dad was like, I need somebody that knows social media logistics. And I'm like, social media logistics? What do you mean, social media logistics? And he's like, I need to know, what I said, are you talking about what to post, when to post, what times to post on different social platforms? He's like, yeah. I said, oh, well, you got a social media logistic person right here. Like, so just talking to people and letting people know what you can do along with what they can do, I can help him just like he can help me. You know what I mean? So you got to put yourself out there, and you got to network with people, and you got to get in contact with more people so that they could want something, that you have to offer, and you may be able to benefit from something that they have to offer too. So that's all I got to say.
Somebody stole my brother's car.
What?
That's what my mom said. I was listening to you.
Who steals cars? They had
Your
to be
car?
a kid. They had to be a kid.
My brother.
Oh, wow.
It had to be a kid.
People still do that.
That's what I'm saying. It had to be a young buck.
Who stole someone's car?
Somebody stole Johnny's car. Johnny's brother's car.
Wow.
People crazy.
That's crazy.
Right. Yeah, Meek. People crazy.
Not from
But yeah, so this week I am going to be starting some new stuff. What I want from y'all in the chat, this is what I want conversation-wise in chat. What are you having problems with? What can we do to prepare you to rock out the next 90 days? Excuse me. What do you need to learn? What do you need tips on? What do you need to know where to find? How can we help you now so that nobody needs to come and, I mean, and I'm not saying don't come to anybody with questions. That's not what I'm saying. But I want minimal learning as far as, honing your skills, and you're just going to be practicing what you've already learned, implementing it so that you can work on how to perfect it. Because best way to learn is by doing. We can sit here and we can read and we can study and we can watch videos and we can do all of that, but if you don't take the action, you're never going to perfect it. You got to take action. So we're going to finish planning. We got like a week and a half left. We plan it. We go with action October 1st, and everybody can just bang it out. So those are types of things I want to do in chat. Leaders, come up with some good questions, some probing questions, so we can get some good answers, good solid answers for this 12-week plan, because it's going to be set up on an email so you guys can get each week what you should be doing this week, so we can all be on the same page on this 90-day push. Sound good?
I like it.
I'm excited. I'm very excited. Another reason I want to do the 90-day push this way is because who wants to go to Limelight? I don't know about y'all. I want to go to Limelight.
I'm going to Limelight.
As they release the dates, I'm buying my ticket.
Right, and if you're struggling with money on going to Limelight, this is exactly why you should do the 90-day push, because you can get some extra rap cash, you can get you some extra bonuses, you can put you some extra money to the side. This is what we're going to do in this 90-day push. Let's get ready for it, because that can be our vacation in January.
Yep.
So, I'm excited. I hope you guys are. And that's all I got to say about that. Anybody else? Who else is on here?
We got Tinka.
Tinka
and Tamika's on.
Y'all got anything
Hubby
you
cooks
say?
for this dinner.
You're on here. All right. Well, let's get ready for Monday.
Ain't no hang stepping.
We ain't said hi, y'all.
Hey.
What up, fool?
What do we eat now?
What? I'm not repeating what he just said.
That was a technical error.
Yeah. We're live.
I hate y'all. All right. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right.
Bye.